We're doing a pretty quick video today about converting between units of length. And by units of length, we're going to be talking about millimeters, centimeters, meters, and kilometers. Okay, so when we're thinking about millimeters and centimeters, you should be thinking how many millimeters are in a centimeter. And if you look at your ruler, you will see that there's 8, 9, 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. And often people get confused when they're trying to find out how go from centimeters to millimeters. They're thinking, well, there's something about 10 here. I have to either times by 10 or divide by 10, but I can't remember which one. Now, I want you to think about, if I have something that's this long, which is there more of? Are there more millimeters or more centimeters? And the answer is there's always going to be more millimeters. So what that means is if I'm going from centimeters to millimeters, the number has to get bigger. And that's how to remember whether to times or divide. So we're timesing by 10. And to get backwards, go from millimeters to centimeters, we're dividing by 10. Okay, so let's do a quick example. 3 centimeters. How many millimeters is that? Well, I start from centimeters and I'm going to millimeters. So I times by 10 to get 30 millimeters. Okay, now, how many centimeters are in a meter? Well, cent is that's the start of century. It's the start of centipede. There's 100 cents in a dollar, 100 legs on a centipede, 100 years in a century. So there's something to do with the number 100. And once again, if I have a length, are there more centimeters or more meters in this length? There's always going to be more centimeters. So centimeters has to be a bigger number. So that's why when I'm going from meters to centimeters, I'm timesing to get a bigger number. Oops, 100. And the other way, it's the opposite direction. So I'm dividing by 100. Meters to kilometers. Kilogram, there's 1,000 grams in a kilogram. So same situation. And there's a lot more meters. There's many meters in 1 kilometer. So I have to be timesing. So we're timesing by 1,000 to get from kilometers to meters. And we're dividing by 1,000 to get from meters to kilometers. And let's just do a quick example with 250 meters. We have to divide by 1,000 to get to kilometers. So if we want to work out how many kilometers there are, we have to divide by 1,000. And remember, a shortcut for this, it doesn't really show what's happening, but it's a shortcut, is you move the decimal place 3 places to the left to divide by 1,000. And how do I know it's to the left and not to the right? It's a similar kind of idea. If I'm dividing, I know the number's getting a lot smaller. So the answer is 0.25. If you accidentally move the decimal place to the right and you got 250,000 kilometers in 250 meters, you should be thinking, that's crazy. That doesn't make any sense at all. How can I have 250,000 kilometers in 250 meters? This answer makes much more sense. 0.25 kilometers in 250 meters. This seems like the same amount of distance, and it is. Alright, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.